If you had to go on a date with somebody tonight, guy or girl?
I would want to
More
go.
helium.
I'd want to go on a date with a girl. I'm f***ing done with men.
That was so funny.
I'm never gonna date a man again.
Okay, good.
Just kidding.
Hey everyone, I'm Derrick Fox and you're watching A Bunch of Losers. My guest today is Sammie from The Circle. We talk about overnight success, mom life, we suck helium and watch TikTok videos of terrible kids, and of course, the blind taste test. My biggest loser with 1 million followers. Let's go, loser. Sammie
It's just
from
us two.
The Circle. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So I'll give you a little backstory.
Okay.
I'm reaching out to everyone from anyone that is
Oh, it's not just me?
a loser. Well, yeah, but no, you're special. Don't worry. But I got Chris from your season,
Mm-hmm. I saw.
and my producer's like, "Hey, we got this guy from this Netflix reality show called The Circle," and I was like, "I don't even know about this."
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 seasons in at this point. I'm like, I don't
5.
even. Well, 5 now, but when I interviewed Chris, the new season hadn't aired yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, The Circle, what is this? And I go to turn it on and figure out what this show is all about. And like the first episode, like when you guys are all walking in and we're learning who you are and all that, it's so like an old school MTV reality show that I was almost out. I was like, this is so craptacular.
The first episode. All right, the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. But then like into the second episode, like when I saw how people were eliminated, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I was like, oh, and there's catfish and like everything that built up, I was like, this is epic. And I binged it. Like I stayed up for 24 hours watching the whole thing. Well, I had an interview. I was interviewing.
I mean, it's great, but it's not.
I was interviewing Chris within 48 hours
so
of starting it. So I kind of had to.
You wanted to.
I had to and wanted to.
Okay.
But it was amazing. But like when you first came in, I was like, oh, this girl's going to win this. Like I was so confident in you, like right out the gate. But anyway, I like to ask everyone that's been on a reality show, because I'm coming from the perspective of what I was doing before.
Yeah.
What were you doing before, signing up for The Circle? And we'll talk about how you auditioned and how you figured out. But what were you doing before? Like, what was your life like?
I was living in Miami. I was working in a nightclub, a strip club, nightclub, 24-hour club in Miami. So it was like intense. So much fun.
That is intense.
Yeah. And I was also a therapist at the time during the day for children with autism.
So were all your clients strippers?
No! With children with autism.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So I was working with
you just
kids.
said therapist. I was like...
No, I was
like,
a behavior therapist working with kids.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I was doing that during the day and then working the club at night. And then I was getting my master's.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds exhausting.
It was. I rarely ever slept. It was very unhealthy.
Yeah.
I will say that. I like rarely ever slept or ate.
But you're making insane money and paying for school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those that's kind of like, you find that in everything in life. If you want to be successful and like level up, you have to put yourself through that like unsustainable hard part of life.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this last year I've kind of done it with my cookie company, which you'll get to see in a minute.
Okay.
But I started this cookie company during during quarantine, and it was like a little side project, and then like caught on. And it, like this last December, I mean, there were days we'd wake up at 8 a.m. and we'd go till 4 a.m. the next day.
Oh wow!
Like just nonstop making cookies. Yeah, because there were so many orders.
Probably smells so good.
Oh, it smells amazing when the bakery's going. Oh, it's so I made candles too, because I was like, I gotta capture this scent.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I sell candles and stuff. But yeah,
That's
it's
great.
like you have to like hustle like that.
Hell yeah.
Do you have family in Florida?
Yeah, I have my sister. She lives in Orlando, and then I have my aunt and my cousin. They live in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. So you had a little bit of a support system.
I wasn't really close to them when I lived there.
Okay.
I really just went there Well, I mean, Miami is like an hour away from.
Yeah.
I mean, Fort Lauderdale, yeah, an hour away on like traffic and stuff. But I really just went there to like explore and have fun. I graduated college and I was like, I just need something new.
Where did you graduate from?
Cabrini University in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
It's right by Villanova.
Where were you born?
Philly.
Oh, Philly.
Delaware County.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to come at me for saying Philly. It's like right outside, okay?
Right outside Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Delaware County. Nobody really knows Delaware County unless you're from like Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What was growing up there like?
Couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I mean, I love my family, but the area is just very like your parents went to school there, your grandparents went to school there, your neighbors went to school there, your aunts and uncles went to school there, your cousins, brothers, sisters. Like it's like a cult thing. Like everyone, you know what I mean? Like my teachers went to school with my parents. So it's like the minute you come in, like they already know your whole life.
Oh, that's
you know,
weird.
like it's just like, oh, I hated that.
Yeah.
Some people like that small town feel, but like I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like nothing stays close knit. And like my immediate family is a good like 35 people. Like my immediate family is a good like 35 people.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 6 sisters and 2 brothers.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So like me trying to keep my pregnancy a secret was impossible because as soon as I told my family, pretty much my like whole hometown knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump ahead real quick. It was wild. So I'm watching The Circle.
Yeah.
And I don't follow when I'm doing these shows. I don't follow anyone until I get through the show, and then I go follow because I don't want the spoilers. And I open up your Instagram. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, it's like I fast forward 5 years of your life. I was like, oh my god, because like when you walked into the Circle, there's this social term now. You're obviously familiar with a baddie. It's like when you walked in, I was like, oh, she's the baddie of this show. And then it's like cut to like this like wholesome mom. Like it was such a wild like juxtaposition when I opened your Instagram. I thought that was funny.
It's crazy for me to even think back to. And like, I haven't watched the show since it's come out, like my season.
Did you watch your season though?
I watched my season. Yeah. I was the first person because I was like terrified of like how I was going to be portrayed. And then I realized I was like loved so much.
I understand that feeling.
I was so scared and I have such bad anxiety. Like I was like, oh my God.
I never knew what anxiety was until I went on MasterChef.
Yes.
Okay. So growing up, like you got this big family. Mm-hmm. It sounds like school was good. Like your parents had good jobs. They were together the whole time.
Well, my mom's dead. My dad didn't raise me. I was raised by my uncle. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share? Do you want to share?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've shared my life already. Remember, you're like 5 years late. So like you're the one catching up.
I'm catching up.
But yeah, my mom died when I was 2. She died in a car accident. Wow. And then my dad was really young. And so my aunt raised me, my dad's sister. And then her husband have been raising me my whole life.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah, but they've been together. So yes, my parents have been together my whole life.
Yeah.
The same house that I grew up in my whole life. They still live there.
Still there. Wow.
Yeah.
And so then your choice to go to Miami, did you go to Miami straight from Philly?
Yeah, so I graduated college and 2 weeks later I just packed up my car and I drove.
With no plan? Did you have a place?
Yeah, I didn't even have an apartment.
Love it.
I had like $2,000 in my bank account and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Miami. So I went to Miami. And my first apartment had like,
Miami.
What'd you say?
I said 2,000 can go real quick in Miami.
Yeah, hello. And my credit was like a 500. I had like 500 credit score, so like nobody wanted to give me an apartment. Right. It was like intense. So I was like living out of my car.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother, so my mom's mom, who I hadn't seen in like 8 years, she lived in Miami, and she was like, "Come stay at my house." She was in the hospital. She ended up dying a month after I moved to Miami. I know. She died. So then I had to like get rid of her things in her house. This woman that I haven't seen in 8 years. Like I had to move her stuff out of her house, and her husband, who's Venezuelan, didn't speak a lick of English.
No.
I had to like help him. My older sister came down from Orlando and like helped me clear out the house. And then we like got her funeral together, had her funeral. And then, yeah, I had to be out of the house. So the day I found out that I got my apartment, my first apartment that I lived in Miami. I had just finished my 2 weeks in, like, I had like a 2 weeks at my therapist job before they decide like they'll keep you or not.
Right, your little trial.
Yeah, and so they found, like, the same day that I got my apartment is the same day they told me that they were keeping me. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I was like so happy. And then, yeah, I moved into my first apartment, had roaches. I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor. And yeah, that was my life. And then I was there for like 6 months. And then that's when I got the job at the nightclub. I was there for 1.5 years. And from there, I was able to get a way better apartment, 2-bedroom by myself. And it was fun.
That's good money down there in Miami. Mm-hmm. That's okay. So then now let's catch up to the circle.
Okay.
Since it's the first season, you have no frame of reference of what the show is going to be about.
Well, I did, because it was a UK show first.
Oh, right.
So I got to watch.
Chris told me that.
Yeah, but because of the the stipulations of being able to watch shows from other like countries and stuff, I couldn't see the show, so I had never seen it. I just saw the trailer on YouTube.
Got it. So
that's all I had. That's the only recollection I had of the show.
Okay, but so. How did you find out about the show? Were you like, did someone tell you, hey, you should go on the show? Or were you, like, how did you come across it?
So I guess I had asked the producers, like, after everything had happened, because I got really close with a lot of them. And I was like, I don't even remember how I got on the show. Like, when interviewers ask me, like, I don't even fucking know what to say to them. And so basically, producers, when you're on Instagram and you have your email connected to your Instagram, there's this, like, I guess, software that will pull all Instagrams with emails and like send out a mass email to them. Cool. So I guess I received one of the mass emails about a show. It didn't say anything about Netflix. Didn't say anything about the circle.
Yeah.
And I guess I filled that out. I don't remember doing that.
No way.
But I guess I filled that out. And then in April of 2019, I got a phone call, and she was like, hey, you like applied for this show. And I was like, no, I didn't. Bitch. Like, why are you calling me? Because she called me multiple times and left me voicemails. Her name's Tiffany. Like, if you asked her today, she'd be like, she was so hard to get. Like, she would call me all the time. And I wouldn't answer. Does Tiffany have her
own casting? Is it TiffanyCasting.com?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know her.
No, on Instagram.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Tiffany, she's got short hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's great. I love her so much. But
she is persistent.
Yeah, she's super persistent. She's beautiful. I love her. She's an amazing person. If she calls you, answer.
Yeah.
But so she called me a couple times. Left me voicemails. I never called back. And so one day I answered. And I was like, hello? And she was like, hi, I've been trying to get in contact with you. Like, you filled out this thing. And I was like, okay. And she was like, would you mind, like, doing a Zoom call with us? And I was like, I guess. And I had a really bad day at work. One of the, like, clients that I had been working with, like, he was very aggressive and just, like, had a couple things. And I was like so just stressed and annoyed. Like, I did not want to talk to anybody or worry about anything. And so I was definitely mean to her, and I felt so bad about it afterwards. But so we had a Zoom call. It was like a 2-hour Zoom call. And I was like starting to get excited about it at that point. Because then like it was her and Raphael as the other casting producer.
2-hour Zoom call. Wow.
2 hours. And I started to get really excited because I was like, wait, okay, this could be something cool,
Yeah.
And so we get done the 2-hour call, and she's like, okay, we're going to cut this down to a minute and like give it to producers. And I was like,
a minute?
You're gonna cut all of that down to 1 minute?
That's crazy.
Like, I pray that you guys do it right. Like, get me on this shit. And they're like, okay, you'll hear from us in a little bit. Months.
Yep.
I don't hear shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, great. Not happening. I forgot about it. Then I get a call from Tiffany, and she's like, okay, we're flying you to LA for 3 days, and you have to meet the like main people of like the producers from the UK and the main people for the show. So it was like these 2 really important women. Like boss ass women. And so whatever, I go there and I have to do like psychological interviews and meet with a psych person and take a test and all this stuff. And then they bring me into this room.
Was it the MMPI-2 test?
I'm gonna be honest.
You don't remember?
I took a lot of anxiety meds to get on that plane. I got there and I was like, what's up? Like, let's go. I slept for like 7 hours and they knocked at my door like, can you take this? Sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so keep going.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so I go into this room with like all these cameras, and they sit down and like ask me a bunch of questions. And so I'm just, going at it, and I could tell they like loved me. And I was like very like a lot more sassy back then. I was a different person than I am now.
Yeah,
I've calmed down a lot.
Truly, like when I went to your Instagram after watching, I was like, I know it's the same person, but it was like not the same person.
Yeah, I calmed down a lot. Like at that time, like I was like peak Miami partying, like having the time of my life.
Yeah,
you know,
you have to be like sassy like that to survive in Miami like that.
Yeah. So I mean, I was already sassy being from where I'm from, but like when I went there, it was like even worse. You know,
turn it up to 11.
Yes. So I was just like a lot. I would honestly probably rather go blind than watch that interview of them interviewing young Sammie because it makes me cringe, like just thinking about it.
Oh man, they need to upload that to YouTube.
No, oh my God, I would die. I would actually die.
Okay, so you flew to LA for 3 days.
Then,
how long did you fly straight from there?
No,
you went back to Miami.
I went back to Miami. Another like month goes by, and I don't hear anything. And then it was like the first week of August. I flew out August 9th. I didn't find out that I was on the show until the night of August 7th. I had 1 day to pack. I know, and I'm terrible with like being told what to do. Not good with it. Not good. And they're like, you can't open the doors, you can't open the windows. I couldn't even have the remote for my TV. I couldn't have an iron. I couldn't have scissors. I was like, send me the fuck home. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
You couldn't have scissors?
Send me home. No.
Why?
I don't know.
They thought you were gonna
I was like,
go insane.
I needed scissors to cut something. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll get you some.
Oh.
And I was like,
but didn't you have like a knife to like cook with?
I'm not a cooker. So.
What do you mean? You don't cook?
I mean, I can live. I'm alive. I can take care of myself, but no, I can't cook.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel like
I wouldn't say I can cook.
I feel like in a big Philly family, like you guys would.
Yeah, no, my family's Italian and Puerto Rican, so the fact that I can't cook is like shameful.
Yeah, that is very shameful.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's because when I was younger, like my family didn't force me to cook. Mm-hmm. Like
and
where they should have.
There's always food around.
Yeah, where they should have. Like even my guy cousins can like cook.
Yeah.
And I'm just here like.
I was also fascinated about how much this show was like received by the public. Like it blew up. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking with Chris and he was like, my Instagram, he was like, I had like 400 followers and now he has 500,000. Mm-hmm. By the way, you are my official biggest loser. You have
oh great.
You have the most, I mean this in a positive way.
Yeah.
You have the biggest following that I've had of anyone on the show. So that's super impressive. But where was your Instagram at before you went on the show and then now 1 million fucking followers?
Yeah. So I only had like 8,000 followers on Instagram at the time, which like nowadays I feel like that's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Like I still think that's a lot to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like 8,000 followers on Instagram. And kind of like how you said, right? I think you said in the beginning about like filming a show, you have no idea like what's coming, right? And so I had filmed the show and the show didn't come out for another 6 months after that. So,
right.
Like,
so you had to sit on that secret.
Yeah. I had to sit on that, one, but also two, I forgot about it because like I just hit the ground running, like went right back to work doing what I had to do. But like I didn't have money because I was gone for a month.
Right.
And I couldn't even afford rent when I came back. Like that's one thing that they got to work on. Yeah, that has to help. Because they paid us for the time that we were there, but they don't pay you.
Right.
They don't pay you until they don't pay you. So they only paid half of it after the
finale
first episode dropped.
Oh, right.
So in January.
Right.
So I was gone for a whole month,
making nothing.
Come back, I have to work. I have things to pay. But like for that whole month, I was paying bills that I wasn't using. I wasn't doing anything. Like I didn't make a lot of money back then to be doing that, you know? And so, yeah, I couldn't pay rent when I came back and I was just like hitting the ground running. I was like struggling. I went home for a little bit and I was just like not even thinking about it. And then after the trailer dropped, December 11th, I'll never forget it. December 11th, 2019, like my Instagram just started blowing up like from the go. Like from the go. And I wasn't even really in the trailer. And I was like, this is overwhelming. I was in the trailer like for like a second.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't really in the trailer like that for people to be like blowing me up. But it was more so the articles that were coming out that I think people were like needing to look at.
It was also how you carried yourself. Like the way you walked in, like I could feel your energy. Like I was like, this girl's gonna win this. I don't even know what this show's about, but like there was something about you. Yeah. There was an aura, there was a vibe that it was like you are true to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really important about this show is you can see the result of the people that are true to themselves. I mean, look at Shuby.
Yeah.
Like,
I love my shoes.
Everybody does. He's like the world's most genuine person. Yeah. Like, I love this dude. I can't wait to have him on. I've been talking with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's giving me the I'm too busy. We'll do it in February. I'm like, all right.
He's
man.
all over the place. I will say he like travels a lot, and I won't even know about it. Like I'll see him on his story like somewhere, and I'll FaceTime like, "Are you in California right now?" He's like, Sims. And I'm like, Shubham, where the fuck are you? Like, can you just come over? Like, what is going on?
He is such an amazing dude, and like, yeah, I mean, he replied to me right away, and and you know, we had our little runner-up joke, and he's such a cool person. But yeah, I mean, you were genuine, and it resonated instantly. Yeah. So, okay, so after you got a lot of followers from the trailer, but then what happened when like it started airing?
So yeah, it aired on January 1st, and like my whole family had a watch party. So there was like 70 people in my parents' house, like watching the show. Did
you tell your family what happened, or you?
No, okay, I didn't tell anybody.
Okay.
Well, my parents knew because I FaceTimed them from the hotel. Right. I mean, from the place in
but the rest of your
Manchester.
family.
But yeah, the rest of my family didn't know. And so of course I get the influencer for the first time. So my house like loses their mind.
Loses it.
Everyone's going crazy. And then like my best friends, so like my friends I've had for like 17 plus years. And so we're all like sitting on the couch, and my one friend like turned his phone and like showed me my Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I had like 30K. And like to us that was like crazy, you know, like especially from where I'm from, like nobody's on Instagram like that. Like they honestly, even when I had like 8,000 followers, I used to not get made fun of, but like people would poke jokes all the time. Like, oh, here goes Sammie, like taking her pictures or like doing her YouTube videos. Cause I've been filming YouTube videos for like 6 years. Okay. Well, it would be 6 years now. And so, yeah, he just showed me and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then within like 3 months, I had hit 1 million. And I was like, this is a lot. Like, this is overwhelming. There was like
what
talk shows
like?
talking. It was so overwhelming, especially with like someone who has anxiety really bad. I mean, luckily I had so much love, but like I could see like 4,000 comments about how amazing and beautiful and lovely and just everyone loved me so much. And I would see one like, she's fucking annoying. It would ruin my fucking week.
Aww.
My fucking week. Like it was like I would go on Reddit and read like,
oh, don't do that.
Yes, I know. Nobody tells you not to do that shit. Obviously, I stopped doing that after like the first 2 months. Like it like ruined me for a while. Yeah. Like, it was so hard for me to like see bad stuff, and especially because I'm very confrontational. So like I would go back and forth with people, and like people would be like, "Don't do that."
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
hard.
Don't do it.
Because I went through a phase where I was like, I'm gonna convert haters. Like I don't get upset. You could say the meanest thing to me in the world, I give two shits.
Yeah.
And I'm also not a jealous person. Like, so I'm not affected.
Yeah.
Mentally or emotionally by like the only thing that affects me is success. Like when I see friends or people succeed, that just makes me happy. But the rest of it, fuck off. But I got to this point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and convert haters. So then I'd see a hateful comment and I would go like say something like really like kind of inspiring, like, you know, like because they wouldn't expect me to,
of course,
reply. And I had like a 99% return rate on my haters.
Oh, it's always like that. Like I would get people in my DMs like, oh, you're a woman hater, like you hate women, and I'm like, I eat pussy, but I hate women, right?
Right.
Like, oh, okay, cool, yeah,
like
sure.
We found out very soon that you go both ways, and it was like,
but I hate women. What? It was like, whatever you guys have to say about me, that's fine. And I would go and I would fight people on certain shit, and I'm like, but I'm just, I would get angry, and it was more so, it wasn't even that I cared that people would say stuff about me or like, you know, comments or anything like that. It was more so like, you would never say it to my fucking face.
Right. What was it like when you were watching this all play out and you're like, oh my God, like obviously you find out who the catfish are, like, you know,
before
on set before it airs. But when you were watching it and you're like seeing them talk to the circle and you're like, what was that like?
It was nerve-wracking because, I mean, different from everyone else's season, like our season was very genuine. So I knew I wasn't gonna, or I didn't know, but like, it wasn't like drama. So I knew I wasn't gonna see anything bad. I was more so worried about myself and like the things that I said. After 6 months, you forget everything that you said. You know what I mean? Like you forget everything,
I walk
how you
out of
acted.
here and I'm like, what did I even talk about?
Yeah, like I'm gonna watch this back and be like, oh shit, what did I say? And you know, I had a crazier mouth back then. So even some of the things that I said, like the trampoline thing, I I got eaten out on a trampoline.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting on my couch with my whole entire family, and like that came across the screen, and I was like mortified. Because it's like not just my family was there, but like extended family, friends are all there, like
right. Because after enough time goes by, you're in the room, you forget these cameras are rolling. Your internal dialogue is just coming out, and you're not thinking anything of it because no one's there. And you're by
yourself.
Yeah.
Like for my show, I was completely by myself, so I'm like, you don't think about the 9 cameras that are around the house watching you,
right?
You know, and like I was mortified. My parents have a fucking trampoline, and they were just like looking at me like, our fucking trampoline, Samantha, you know, like terrified. And so like those little things, just like watching it with family members because their first time seeing it is the first time I'm seeing it. Mm-hmm. So like I have no idea what's about to come up across the screen.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was nerve wracking. And I was in Pennsylvania when the first 4 episodes dropped. Well, I was on the East Coast either way, right? In PA and in Miami. Yeah. And so I would set an alarm to go off at 3 a.m. because it was coming out at 12 p.m. here. So I would wake up at 3 a.m. every single week, every single Wednesday at 3 a.m. and watch it before everybody because I would have to be prepared.
That's
of like,
crazy
what the fuck did I say? What, you know, and then literally I would give it, you know, I wouldn't be able to fall back asleep because my anxiety is just so bad. And then I would go right to Twitter and search my name. Like, oh, Sammie.
You're doing exactly what you're
not supposed to do. Like what you're not supposed to do. And granted, Netflix was like amazing. They had a psychologist call us every week and check in with us for like amazing. 2 months after the show aired, like checking in with us, making sure we were good, like all kinds of stuff. Yeah. If you needed any kind of help, like we had her on WhatsApp so we could like text her, call her, like no matter what. And
MasterChef, take note of that one.
Yeah. I think every reality show should take note of that one because they were very, very, very on top of that. Like even I had gotten sick when I first got into the apartments. Mm-hmm. I was like really, really sick. Oh. And like I wanted to go home. There was just like a lot of things in the UK. Like they're used to it being really cold. So like all their apartments are insulated and they have no air conditioning in their apartments. And it just so happened that when we were there, it was like a fucking heat wave. And I was on the 8th floor. We couldn't open windows. We couldn't open the doors. I was dying of heat. Now I mean, if you watch the show back, I'm like half naked. Yeah. The entire season.
Now we know why.
Like half naked because it was fucking hot as shit and they wouldn't let us bring fans in because it didn't look good on camera. I'm like, I'm dying here. Like, send me home.
Yeah.
And so they brought psych in like 2 separate times. Like, just make sure I'm okay. You know, like they were really good about it. They were really, really great about it. And I think every reality show should have that because it helps.
All the reality shows do have psych in some extent. Like we had to meet with 2 psych people and a background specialist before, and we had to take the MMPI-2 test, which is 567 questions.
Yeah. I did not have to take that then.
Yeah, it takes all day. They made us go to a hotel, and we were there.
I had to take mine in a hotel, but it took like an hour and a half.
Yeah, maybe it's just a smaller version.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so there's a lot of that, and then we have to have this like phone call before.
Yeah.
And then when you get eliminated, which I made it all the way to the finale, so it was strange. Like it was kind of like I'm not talking to anyone. I'm out. Like peace. But they like wrangled me real quick, and they were like,
"You didn't want to talk to anybody?"
I just wanted to leave. I was there for 3 months. I didn't see my family. My family was in town. I was like, I'm done. Like, I didn't get the money.
Yeah.
You called the other name. The confetti fell. Yeah. Like, I'm out. You got everything you need from me. And so I had to sit and talk with the psych person. And he was like, and he's like, and I'm like, dude, I'm good. Like, I'm good. But like, I really wasn't. I felt good in the moment. Yeah. But then after like 6 months of like stewing, going, oh my God, they're going to edit me to look like the villain because I didn't win.
Yeah.
And I got lucky and they didn't.
Yeah.
They showed me for who I was and I was grateful for that. But yeah, that anxiety, dude, I never had anxiety before that. So I feel
it's intense.
Yeah.
I had bad anxiety before that. And so like that just added on to it. And it was even worse because for 6 months I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know that the trailer was airing.
They didn't give you a heads up?
They did, but I wasn't on my email. I'm working. I'm not even thinking about it. They don't text you. They just send everything through email. And I had gotten home and my roommate and I were sitting on the couch and my ex-boyfriend at the time. And he was like, look. And I was like, like my heart just like fucking dropped. And I was like, oh, no. No. And then it was like all these videos on YouTube, like reacting to the Circles trailer, like US trailer. And it's like, oh my God. And then Good Morning America was talking about it, and like all of these shows are talking about it because it's something so new that nobody's ever seen before.
I kind of want to go on it.
It blew up.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun.
I kind of want. My difficulty is, do I go on as me or not? Because I mean, like, look, like I said, I have 40,000 followers, but I do have a blue check mark. You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance, like, I put my photo up, they're gonna go away. I've seen that guy on TV, so that. I
mean, it could happen if you think about it. Like, what is her name?
But I haven't watched other seasons yet, so I don't know how it might. I might already answer my questions by watching another season and go, okay, I'll just be me.
Yeah, no, I say be you.
Yeah.
I always tell everyone to go in as themselves. Obviously, Shubham couldn't go in. He went in a second time. He just went in season 5.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna skip
haven't watched it yet. Yeah,
I want to watch it so bad because I am gonna interview him soon. But anyway, okay, so I want to jump forward now.
Okay.
Well, okay, no, let's go back in the midst of it. What was the food situation like? Me being a chef, I gotta know, like, how is food like?
So it's really hard because I had obviously never been to the UK before. That's not obvious. I don't know why I said that. I had never been to the UK before, and so they don't have any of the same food. And like, my friends make fun of me and say I have the fucking palate of a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Like, I could eat like Oreos now, and then like I could eat salmon right after, and then I could like drink orange juice and eat an egg.
Ew.
Like,
and then brush your teeth.
Yeah. I could do all of those things. And so like I'm a very big snacker. So I can eat like a bunch of snacks, but I'm not like sit down, have a meal person.
Right. But did they like stock your fridge?
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. So I like all of like a bunch of things, but like they don't have those things in the UK. So like I asked for Oreos. They have like different kinds, and they don't have Cheez-Its, and they don't have like the same chips. And everything's so much healthier there.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it so much. It was so hard for me to eat.
Interesting.
I got like pork chops, and they smelled like Frank's hot dogs.
Ooh.
It was so bad.
Oh.
It was so bad.
So you didn't eat much while you were there?
I had cold prawns. Shrimp.
Yeah.
I would just eat.
Shrimp cocktail?
I would just eat shrimp right from the container. Oh, it was bad. It wasn't very good. And I had just got my Invisalign though. And so like to take my teeth out all the time. And I was like constantly always on camera. So like a part of me just like chose not to eat.
Yeah. Wow. And then you're also like not getting a lot of exercise, right? Like how much gym time did you get?
I don't even know what the gym looked like.
Until you watched it
I don't work
back.
out.
You don't work out?
I'm sorry.
You're so lucky. Sorry. I used to be that way. I used to not work out. I was 4% body fat, and I didn't even walk
4%?
Yeah, and I didn't even walk into a gym. I played drums every day. I didn't have to. I played drums.
Playing the drums, like...
You burn thousands of calories.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I know that?
I don't know. But like you also have to like play like Travis Barker. You gotta be like really into it. And like that's how I played. I would stand up and move around and like I'd go hard in the paint. But I started this chef life and God, it's hard.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not 4% body fat anymore. I mean, I have a 6-pack, but it's barely hanging on, you know, like I have to like go to the gym and I hate it. I hate the gym. Anyway.
I had a 6-pack before I had a baby.
Yeah.
Now I just have a baby belly.
You have a baby belly, but that's like an accomplishment.
No,
How did that
baby
go?
Belly.
How tell us about bringing life into the world, becoming a mom. Because like knowing, like flipping from baddie in the circle to
I'm still a baddie.
You are still a baddie, but like to mom life, like tell us about it.
Unexpected, very unexpected. I was not planning to have a baby.
Yeah.
So obviously that was a big change for me. But it's been, I mean, I love it. I love my baby. Like I have always wanted to be a mom, but never imagined having kids. That makes sense.
Yeah,
like I always imagined myself as a mother, but really never saw myself having a baby.
Okay.
And like even my family, same thing. Like when I told them I was pregnant, everyone was like, "Well, you're keeping the baby, right? Like we need to have a baby. You need to have a baby." Like everyone wanted me to have a baby.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I have my son, and it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's challenging?
Everything. everything is hard.
Just everything.
I breastfed for the first 6 months, so that was like really fucking hard.
Okay.
And my whole family lives in Pennsylvania. I live here. So like not having any of my family here is really hard, especially I'm so close to my family. Like in a day I talk to at least 10 people in my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
At least. And I'm talking like phone calls, FaceTime, like multiple times throughout the day.
Wow.
It's not just like,
like
every time I date someone, they're like, I've never seen a family this close and like talk this much. Like if I'm texting, I'm not texting anybody but one of my sisters, my parents, my cousins, like
I love that.
Always. And so I never imagined having a kid on top of never having a kid away from my family, across the country from my family, like that. I never imagined that.
Yeah.
I never imagined having that life. And so that was really, really hard for me to like grasp, like the fact that like when I had him, like none of my family met him until he was like 3 months old.
Wow. Is he's walking yet? Almost?
No, he's like crawling.
Yeah. Okay, well we're going to do a TikTok segment. This is new. This was all the trouble we were having before.
Love this.
I'm going to play some TikTok videos.
Of mine?
No, not of you.
Oh, okay, great. Love that.
No, we're just going to watch some stuff and react. We're going to start with this one. Let's make sure the volume's
Oh my God, I see a lot of baby stuff.
Yeah.
Who raising these kids?
Please take one peek. Happy Halloween. I'm watching you.
Honestly, I could see Bray doing that.
Yeah.
My son.
So
yeah.
I remember trick-or-treating as a kid and coming up to a house that would have a sign, please take one. And I'd break the rules a little bit. I'll take a couple.
Of course. Come on, they're kids.
But now watching this video, I wish I was that kid.
Like, we're kids. Come on. There's so many things that I look back and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have did that.
Like what?
Like, just anything. Honestly. Like, I feel like in high school, you think it's so, like, scary and important, or just school in general.
It feels so big.
It feels so big. And there's so many things. Like my little sister, she got into like a really bad fist fight in school, and she thought her whole life was over. And I was like, you guys realize that when you graduate, like you're not going to remember any of this, and it does not affect your college. It does not affect your life. Like, I mean, there are big things, there are serious things, but like that, come on.
That's hilarious.
That's like so funny.
Okay, this one's great.
Hey, you did it.
Mommy?
Yes. Terrible sandwich, by the way.
Terrible sandwich.
I saw this one. There was one where this mom took the time to like do her daughter's hair. Like it took like a long time. And then she was like, come over to the mirror and like, look at your hair. You look so beautiful. And she looked at it and she was like, and her mom was like, what's wrong? You don't like it? And she was like, no, take it out. After like spending time doing it, kids are so honest.
How do you feel? How do you feel about timeouts?
Turn around. Turn around.
That is.
No, other way to the wall. Turn around. Ava, you're in timeout. Thank you. 5 minutes.
I don't know. I don't think I'd do timeout.
Did you ever get put in timeout as a kid?
I mean, I would have to like get sent to my room.
Yeah.
That was it. My parents never hit us or anything.
Oh, we had all kinds of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mom and Dad, you're going to hear about the things you did to us real quick. We had timeouts. Corners didn't work very long. There was 3 boys in the house. It was like, you're not keeping us.
Right.
It was hard to keep us in the house as kids in general. We wanted to be outside. We wanted to play baseball. We wanted to jump on the trampoline. Way. Yeah. We were, free range kids. But when we'd get in trouble, like, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
We definitely got the belt. That was rough.
Yeah.
There was one time my brother fucked up. He did something bad. And our dad would tell us to go downstairs. They had a closet, like, downstairs. Like a big walk-in, but it wasn't in their bedroom. Go downstairs and he'd make us pick out the belt. It was like
You would have to pick out the belt that you're about to get hit with?
Yeah.
Mortifying.
I think it's funny now. Like, it didn't fuck me up, but
of course.
But my brother, he was a mess. He was like he was like freaking out because he had to go pick out the belt.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, Dusty, go put on a bunch of boxers. I was like, put a bunch of boxers and put sweatpants over it. I was like, but you have. I was like, you're not gonna feel it, but you have to pretend to feel it. I was like, you gotta like fake scream. he got it.
Did he actually do it?
He did it, but he fake screamed before he got it. So my dad was like, "What is going on?" And then he just like lost it. He thought it was funny, and he walked out of the room. And then there was another time. It was always like something that fit the punishment. It was like we got spanked if we were fighting, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like we were talking back to our mom one time, like you know, like when my dad was at work and my mom would be home, like. There would be times she just had no power over the three of us.
Yeah.
We were, you know, inmates running the asylum. Yeah. And so she's like, "Well, I'll just tell your dad." And then we'd get kind of upset, and then he'd come home and it was like, "Okay, we talked back." So it was like, "Go downstairs." And we'd go downstairs and he was like, "Wait in the bathroom." There was always this like, he would give us this like waiting period to like think about what we did.
And then you're like scared.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea what the fuck's about to happen.
He's our stepdad. He's 6'4", he's 6'3", 6'4", 200 something pounds, all tatted up,
Big
like
dude.
scary.
Yeah.
And then he walks in and he hands us a bar of soap and he goes, "Take a bite." And it's like, my brother and I are in the bathroom and we're taking a bite and we're chewing this bar of soap. And I'm looking at my brother and he's just crying. He's crying. And I look at him and I give him this look like, "Do what I'm about to do." And I start blowing bubbles with the soap. And so now he's crying and laughing and trying to blow bubbles. And my dad's like, "These kids."
Like, what am I going to do?
He was like, "Stace, bring me the hot sauce." It was so funny. And now I put hot sauce on everything. So I don't know. It's funny.
I can't wait to hear the stories of like, I don't think I'll make Bray do anything. I like think about that a lot. Like, yeah, like how do I want to discipline him? Yeah. How do I want to, what do I want to do with him? Because like my parents never hit us, but like if my parents watch this, you're going to hear about something. My parents never hit us, but like my uncle was very much the avoidant one. So he was like, he was the pushover. We could do anything and he wouldn't. Like I've seen this man cry way too many times. Okay. And so he's very just like soft. Whereas like my aunt, she's a screamer. Okay. She would scream about everything all the time, no matter what happened. Like you're getting screamed at all the time. And like, that is not what I want. I don't want to scream all the time either. So it's like, I don't want to be completely avoidant. I don't want my kids to think that they can just do whatever they want and get away with it and get away with whatever. But I also don't want to be screaming, So it's like, I have to think about how I want to do certain things. And I have a long time before I have to worry about doing that with him.
It's going to go by fast.
Definitely something that like I think about all the time.
Yeah. It's like, going to go by fast though. Like,
no, I know. I mean, 9 months has already flown by.
Yeah.
Like already. It's crazy.
How do you feel about helium?
Helium?
Yeah.
Like if we were to suck helium out of balloons?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. We're trying another new segment.
Okay.
I want to do rapid fire questions and you have to answer.
With helium? Let's do it. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I haven't eaten anything, so I wonder if this is going to hurt. Is this going to hurt my stomach?
I haven't even, nah, it's not gonna hurt my stomach.
Is this going to hurt my stomach? Okay.
So I think.
Ready?
You've done this before, yeah?
What? Have I?
We both had the same idea.
Okay. I got mine. Oh,
okay, I got it. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask.
Do you have questions?
I got questions.
Okay, how about you go first? Sorry, like, come on.
But you want juicy.
Yeah,
okay.
not like, dude.
Okay. What's your favorite swear word?
My favorite swear word? Fuck. I say fuck over everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You can
swear word?
Yeah. I don't know. That was my producer.
That's kind of boring.
My producers gave this to me.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another question that I can ask you.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I hate this question. Scallops.
Scallops? Why do you hate that question?
Because it changes daily.
Really?
Okay, suck in helium.
Okay.
If you had to go on a date with somebody tonight, guy or girl?
Would I want it to be a guy or girl, or you asked me to name the person? I would want to
More
go.
helium.
I would want to go on a date with a girl. I'm fucking done with men.
That was so funny.
I'm never gonna date a man again.
Okay, good.
Just kidding.
Celebrity crush.
Katy Perry.
Really?
So much.
Katy Perry? I've never heard anyone say.
I I got so mad when Orlando Bloom came into the picture, and I'm married. Like, I don't have it's not like I have a chance.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you a celebrity crush.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
You
Don't ask me the same question. That's stupid.
okay, I'll
Don't
ask you a
steal.
different one. Okay. What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur?
You just immediately turn into like a third grader.
My favorite dinosaur would probably be, I don't want to say T-Rex because that's like so, like, I feel like anybody would say T-Rex, right? I think it would be like, a pterodactyl.
Oh, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose? That's a hard question for a chef.
Sushi.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Suck. I got one for you.
That's the
If you had to kiss one person on the circle,
Miranda.
solid choice. You do like girls.
I don't even have to think about it.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna suck the last bit of this in. You get the last. Ask
Oh,
the
wait.
last question.
Okay, don't suck yet. It's your last day on Earth. What are you doing? Like before you die. It's your last day alive. It's your last
Am
day
I
alive.
alone?
I'm not telling you. It's your last day alive. What are you doing?
My wife's gonna hate this answer.
Sorry, wifey. Just go for it.
Three-way with Katy Perry and my wife?
I don't know. That was dumb.
That was pretty good. That's what you're doing on your last day alive. That's all you want to do is just have sex with your wife and Katy Perry.
What else?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, you tell me.
Like I would rob a fucking bank.
But what are you gonna do with the money?
I don't know. It's exhilarating. I just want to have fun. I would probably go streaking down fucking Santa Monica. I don't know.
Okay,
Skydive naked. Like there's so many other things than sex. Like sex.
But you've given 2 of the 3 you're doing naked. So
I'm a nudist. Sorry, I love to be naked. Yeah, no, I would do
you're
so many
funny.
things.
Oh
I would
my God.
fucking.
Have you ever gone skydiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you think of that?
It was so fun.
I used to want to
I
go
would do it
so
again.
bad, but
Why don't you want to do it anymore?
well, I just heard.
Horror stories.
I knew somebody that was like one person of separation from a friend of a friend.
Mm-hmm. Bad.
Didn't make it.
Really?
Mhm.
Were they by themselves, but they had somebody else, like attached to them, right?
I think they were a person that had done enough that they could do it by themselves.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you have to do a
bad.
lot of flights.
yeah, so many before you can go alone.
Yeah, he did all those.
Yeah, I know, but there's so much like, I feel like it can't really go bad if I'm attached to somebody else.
That's what you think.
That's what I tell myself. That's what I tell myself. Because if the parachute with us doesn't go, they have like a backup, the second person.
Yeah.
So like, what the fuck?
I don't know why he didn't have a backup or his backup didn't work. I don't know. It just freaked me out when I heard it because it
Yeah.
was like I knew the person that told me,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Yeah, I mean, it's scary either way.
yeah.
You never know. You're putting your life in somebody else's hands.
I like life
But, like,
too
fuck
much.
yeah.
I like
It's so
life too
fun.
much.
I
How
would
long?
so do it again.
If you could decide how long you could live, like pick an age, like how long would you want to live?
When would I want to die?
How long would you want to live?
When would I want to die?
What age do you want to live to? I'm trying to be.
If I could,
Yeah.
I would say I want to live to like 150. Because I feel like the more adults, I'm an adult, the more people that I speak to that are like my age or older, people say you don't really start like living or like knowing yourself until like your late 30s, early 40s. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And so like, I just spent the last fucking 40 years of my life figuring shit out. And now you're telling me that I'm only going to get like 20 years to live with that shit?
Right.
Fuck no.
Right.
I want to live as long as I can.
I think a lot of people our age are gonna like definitely make it to 100.
Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be a lot more. What do they call them? Centennials. I think.
I
It's,
have no idea.
yeah. Yeah, but 30s are like, I'm smack dab in the middle of my 30s, and
Yeah.
it's been the best.
Yeah.
You know, but that's also because I spent like all my 20s trying shit. I had nothing to lose. I had no money. I joined a band out of high school. My baseball dreams got ruined by a shitty coach, and I was like, fuck it. I went on the road with this band. Yeah. And we just lived, like, driving from city to city. Like, we'd play shows, and these people would love they were huge fans of our music, and they'd be like, come stay at our house. And it was like, all right. Yeah, it was like, we had a checklist. Is there food? Is there a shower? Is there booze? Cool. Yeah. And like booze we didn't really care about when we were touring, but it was like shower and food, we're in. Yeah. And it was just like such a learning, learning curve.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And then it was like, then also like you moved to Miami, and Miami's a hard city to make it in. Yeah. And if you can make it in a city like that, like you become a stronger, better person.
And then I came here.
Yeah. Why? What made you come to LA?
I just felt like my time was up in Miami. Yeah. I had been there for 3 years. I was in school. I worked at one of the biggest nightclubs. Like, I met so many people. I'd done so much there. Yeah. That I just felt like it was my time to like go somewhere else. And when I was growing up, I always told myself like I wanted to live in Florida and California. Yeah. And I wanted to move to San Diego. Like, I wanted to move to more like of a homier town. And then, the circle happened, and I was like, fuck it. The circle came out in January. I had 1 million followers. So by July, I was like, I'm just going to go to LA. Like, I have no reason not to. I was making so much fucking money when the show first came out.
From what?
Like, Instagram.
Yeah. Really?
Just working with brands. Yeah. Like, I signed a huge deal with Savage X Fenty, like, right away. Because that was, years ago when Savage X Fenty had just started promoting their lingerie. And so, like, I was, like, one of the beginning influencers that just started working with them. Wow. I feel like everyone works with them now. But, like, in the beginning, it was, like...
What was that deal like?
It was amazing. I mean, it was hard because of COVID, so I didn't really get to experience, like... I feel like if it were to happen now, right? If Savage X Fenty just came out and I was able to start working with them now as one of their, like, beginner influencers, it'd be so different because they would have so many events and, like, so many things that you can do. Sure. Whereas then it was, like, COVID. So, like... One really cool experience that I had, but like would have been different now, was they set up like a whole Zoom call on my computer, and they sent me all these lights and like a backdrop and all this lingerie with like a rack like spread out of like what I have to shoot. And basically there was like 6 people on my computer in a Zoom call, and I was taking pictures of myself for them to use on their next launch and on their website and all that stuff. And that was like a really cool experience, but like it would have been cool to be flown out to LA and like shot in an actual studio with a photographer, like instead of me taking my own pictures.
But are you doing that now?
No, not anymore. I don't work with Savage X Fenty anymore.
But like,
I love
with
them.
any brands, are you doing photo
I mean, I work with a lot of brands.
Yeah.
But like now it's different. Like they don't need to do, like I feel like because everyone was like enclosed in COVID, they were trying to utilize so much. Whereas like now I'm not a model. So like COVID's over. They're going to use models for certain things.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's different.
But with some of the brands, you don't do any like photo shoots.
Yeah, but I take my own pictures at that point. I do all my own stuff. Yeah.
Are you doing? Is your income fully from brand
social media?
You're not doing any of the therapy stuff anymore?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I stopped doing therapy like.
So you hit 1 million followers on Instagram. It changes everything.
Everything. I mean, it depends,
What's
right?
the hardest part about it? Like, if you had to tell somebody, like, look forward to this. When you get 1 million followers, you're this is gonna be your biggest challenge. What would that be?
I mean, for me, because it happened pretty much overnight, mine was just dealing with the followers, like dealing with the people. The work and all that, like, I've always been a hard worker. So, like, that part wasn't hard for me. Okay. And just, like, balancing my schedule and financially, that part wasn't hard for me. It was more so the people. It depends individually, you know, how people are, how they deal with certain things. It's not all the same.
It's amazing. What is like your favorite campaign? Is it the Savage one or is
that I've done?
Yeah,
Savage for sure. I loved working with Savage.
That's cool.
It was so much fun, and just being able to like create my own stuff and work with a brand that was extremely inclusive and had so many fun things going on for them. Yeah. It's just so different than anything else, you know?
Do you have any goals or desires to create your own product? Like,
no, not my own product. I've thought about it before, but there's nothing that I really like love enough. People are like, oh, do makeup, but I'm not a makeup guru. And I feel like that kind of is weird for people who don't do makeup, but come out with makeup stuff. Like that doesn't make sense for me. Clothes, I'm not like a fashion person on social media. No, I can dress. Don't get me wrong. I can dress.
Yeah, you can.
But I'm not like a fashionista. You know,
Okay.
like me creating a piece of clothing wouldn't
Okay.
really do anything. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it's kind of hard. I've been thinking about what I could do, but
Yeah.
there's nothing really that like excites me enough.
Yeah.
I thought about like candles and cleaning products because I very much am that kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I would definitely create candles for sure.
We got one more game.
Oh God, what is this?
This is a blindfold.
I have to put it on?
I'm bringing you into my world real quick
You're gonna give me food?
of exercising your palate. Okay, so I'll bring the spoon in. I'll say open up. I'll put
Oh
it
my
in.
God.
You'll eat it,
Ooh.
and then
Okay.
you'll guess what it is. Nothing is terrible. It's just to mess with your head because you
Okay.
can't see it.
Okay.
It's all normal stuff.
Oh my God, am I supposed to guess what I'm eating?
Yeah.
What if I
Okay.
guess it wrong?
Well, that's what's funny about it.
Okay.
Okay. Open up.
Okay, hold on. I can smell it. It's carrots.
Okay. Carrots it is. Here, let's give you a little water here. So you can rinse your palate. Stick your hand straight out.
Oh my God, why did I not know? Mm.
Just hold on to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Oh God.
I've had people miss carrot though. That's what's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I could smell it before you put it in my mouth.
You have a strong nose, I guess. I don't know.
I do.
Okay, open up.
What is this?
What does it taste like? What does it feel like?
I don't know fruits, but it's like a berry.
Yeah.
No, a raspberry? No. It's not a strawberry. It's not a raspberry.
There's only 2 left.
It's not a blueberry.
So it's a blackberry.
Oh. Wow, I like blackberries? I've had blackberries before and I didn't like them. But that tasted good.
Yeah. All right. Ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, open up.
Ew, it kind of tastes like feet. What is that?
It kind of tastes like feet.
What is that? Ew.
Radish.
Ew.
Radish.
Ew, that tasted like feet.
It's silly that you say that. Feet?
Feet.
Crazy.
That tasted like feet. Ew. Ew, I hated that.
All right, last one. Open up.
Oh, what is this? What does that smell? I don't know. Okay,
Open
go.
back up. That was the first.
Oh, chocolate. What the fuck? I don't know why it smelled. It smelled like, is it dark chocolate?
Yeah.
That's why. Ew.
You don't like dark chocolate?
No.
Oh my god,
Ew.
that was so much fun. You're fun.
Feet. And that dark chocolate. Oh my god. Now I get to eat this right now.
Try it, yeah. I would love to see your reaction.
I was like, oh. Have you ever had anyone have a bad reaction to your cookies?
No, usually they take it home, but you seem
I mean,
really...
I guess nothing I say would matter. You've worked with Gordon Ramsay. It's like, I can't hurt your feelings if he can't. You know?
Yeah.
Has he hurt your feelings?
No.
Oh. I still have that nasty ass dark chocolate taste in my mouth.
No.
I'll eat this whole cookie right now.
No.
It's so
you gotta
good.
get some of the middle, where it's like nice and chewy.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a crust girl.
You're what?
A crust girl.
Oh, you like... Okay.
Yeah, like with Reese's and stuff, I'll eat
Yeah.
the crust off first.
Funny.
Brownies, I only eat the outside.
The outside. You know they make a little tray that's outside
the
only
outside?
brownies? Yeah, it's like a... You gotta look it up.
Where?
Just type in crust only brownie pan.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get it on Amazon, and it's like a zigzag thing. So when the brownies bake, it just bakes like crust. Yeah, it'll be your new favorite thing,
Holy shit.
right? It's a good cookie.
It's so good.
She said, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. No, it's so good. I would eat the whole thing.
What else? What do you got coming up?
Nothing.
Are you going to the season 5 wrap party tonight?
No, I'm actually going to a movie premiere with Savannah.
Oh, okay. Who's Savannah?
For Savannah from The Circle.
Oh,
season
right.
2.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna go to the wrap party, and then like last minute she got invited to this premiere, so we were like, oh, let's fucking go.
Yeah, that sounds fun. You're like, I've done enough with The Circle.
Yeah, and like I had a lot of anxiety when we had the season 3 wrap party. I had talked about it on the podcast that I did with Savannah and Courtney last year. Because like it almost feels like people prejudge me before like I go to those things, like from the other cast members. It's almost like they probably think that I'm gonna be not nice, or like I don't know what they think.
Yeah.
But for example, I had gone, and like when I had walked up, these are people who I had like DM'd on Instagram. You know, it was the 3rd season. I had become close with a lot of people from season 2. So with the 3rd season, I was like, oh, like some of these people I like seem like I could really relate to, whatever. So I had DM'd a couple, and you know, just like normal conversation, like a normal human being. And then I was like, you know, when you come to the season 3 wrap party, like I can't wait to meet you guys, whatever. And these are people that I had been talking to for, I felt like, you know, some time. And then I got to the wrap party, and like I had made eye contact with like a group of people, and they like all looked at me and they like turned away.
What?
And kept talking. And like me, like I said, I am very confrontational, but I'm also like, I'm like on one end, like super confrontational when it's like needed. But on another end, I'm like super, super like social anxiety. Like, oh my God, I just want to go home. Like, I feel like everyone's talking about me or looking at me. And so I had brought it up to like Savannah and Courtney. I was like, I don't know, like, you know, it makes me nervous. And then Courtney kind of put it into perspective. He was like, you have to understand, like coming from our show, like he was coming from his experience, for example. He was like, I look at you as like, you're Sammie from The Circle, you know, like you're like the head honcho. You guys are like all of you, like between
OG.
Me, Joey, you know, Shubham, Chris, Seaburn, like we are like, you know, the first original like top 5. So it makes other people nervous, which I don't think of it that way.
Right.
Like that just like doesn't cross my mind whatsoever.
Right.
And so he was like, it might have seemed like, you know, they like didn't want to talk to you, but I think it was more so maybe people are like nervous and they don't know how you're going to be.
They're intimidated for sure.
I don't like to use the word intimidated, but like maybe just like nervous, you know, like just, I don't know. And so I get nervous, and then it's like a whole thing. But I just like ended up just walking over to everybody and be like, hey guys, like whatever, just thinking that they didn't see me. But
and you, I feel like the kind of person you are, you're like celebrities or whoever, it's like they're just people.
No. Yeah, even before living here, like in Miami, before The Circle, before anything. Like my life in Miami, I've met like some of the biggest celebrities working in the nightclub. Yeah. And so like that has never really fazed me ever. And so then moving here, it's just like it's so much more normalized, I feel like, here. Yeah. And then, you know, when shows come out and stuff like that, I don't know, it was hard for me. So the more time that's gone on, it's gotten easier. But still, I still feel like an outcast when I go to like the wrap parties. It's so weird. I feel like such an outcast. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you came.
Thank you.
I know. I mean, it's like being a mom and stuff. It's a lot. So, thank you for coming. I had a blast.
Thank you for letting me try blackberries.
Yeah. And anytime you like, if you got stuff coming up or whatever, you want to come on and talk more.
Hell yeah.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to A Bunch of Losers with me, Derrick Fox. Please comment below if you guys have questions for any of these guests. I'm sure they would love to answer, and I'll answer as well. So let me know below. Also, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and then also make sure you're following us on Instagram, A Bunch of Losers with Derrick Fox, so you get the update on the new episodes. We will be launching them weekly. All right, thanks, losers.
Action.